Misha Walker, or Misha Dream Walker, if you are on social media, is a woman with arthrogryposis multiplex congenita. She is in Lima, Peru. She has traveled practically the world, and she's tried to hit every of the 50 states to meet other families affected by arthrogryposis. She, because of her amazing travels and outreach, was asked to become the International Ambassador for AMCSI, which is the national support group for AMC families. And we're just so happy to have her here. Her message is one that is just filled with light and hope and support and body acceptance. And so without further ado, Misha Walker.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me. Thank you, Alexis, for such a lovely presentation. I am so happy and so honored to be here. I'm already a little teary about, seeing the photos and the stories that have been shared, but I feel really honored to be here with you. When I visited Alexis at their home in San Diego, she talked to me about this group, and I was so curious, and now I'm here, and I'm so excited. Thank you so much. So let me start with who I am. I need to share my screen. There we are. So I am Misha Walker. I call myself Misha Dream Walker because to me, life is a dream, and the more we make our life special and dreamy, the better it is. I call my self-love my greatest revolution. I was born with a rare condition called arthrogryposis, as Alexis said, and I was born in a body that looked like a pretzel when I came in, all twisted and just different from everyone else. And while growing up, the most difficult part of it was seeing others being so different to me, seeing kids that could run, that could swim, that could get up from the floor. And not just that, comparing myself to what they could do and how they looked was something that pressured my soul from a very young life, from a very young age. And it's something that followed me or haunted me for a long time into my early teenage years. And here in this picture, you can see my cousin is the one that is lying on the red towel, and two of her friends. And I wanted to put this picture in here because to me, this was the perfect example of how my life was growing up. My cousin was my age. I always look at her friends and they always look at me differently. They always told her why she cannot move properly, why she cannot run with us. Please don't invite her because she cannot keep up with us. So I always heard these comments, they weren't quiet about them because they are kids and kids just speak the truth, right? So it was built into my psyche, into my head. She's different. She's not worthy. She shouldn't come. She shouldn't play. She shouldn't be this. Or, for example, I used to wear braces. So I remember going to one of her parties, her birthday parties, and wearing like a mini skirt with my braces underneath. And one of her friends were like, "Oh, why are you wearing a skirt with those?" This was an 8-year-old, an 8-year-old was telling another girl what she should wear. In what world do we live that an 8-year-old will say something like that? So as I grew up, I realized that the world was going to be like that with me. It was up to me to get my power, to be strong on who I was, and that other opinions of my body has nothing to do with me. It's their stuff, is their monsters, is their insecurities, not mine. Oh, in this transition, I had to become a lot of people. I had to become a lot of Mishas in the process to find the Misha that I was comfortable with. Here you can see I had a shaved head. I had very troubled teenage years where I wanted to just be different without realizing that I was different already, right? I just wanted to stand out. But to me, I had to find myself, and I was building who I was through this process. It took me a long time to learn, and not just learn, but accept this as my truth. But once I did, my life changed forever. Once I took power on my differences, on how, just showing my body every time I could. I remember being around 15, and I had my feet always hidden. My feet look very, very different from the normal feet. And I will hide them. I didn't want to go to the beach. I didn't want to take my tennis off. And until one day I realized, okay, I'm gonna just show them off. As soon as I get to the beach, I will take my shoes off, and they will be out there. There will be questions, but once they are out there, they will be normalized. And that happened. My feet were out everywhere. I started taking pictures of it, showing my feet to my friends, like, look at my feet, they are awesome, they are differently, they are bent differently. And instead of taking that insecurity and making it drag me, pull me back, I use those insecurities to push me forward. Because once you take power on those things that that you don't feel confident about, your life goes from the very low to the very high, because you are using what makes you feel not so secure about yourself and confident about yourself to power you and to inspire you and to be, yeah, here I am. This is me. This is my belly. This is my big belly. This is, my white hairs. This is me. And once I accept that, once I accept that, I realized that the more I use it, the more I kind of use those moments to push myself through the pain, through the not accepting myself. It strengthened something about me. It strengthened something in my soul. It was like the more I accept myself, the stronger my soul was, the stronger my self-love was. So it began with fashion. It began with whatever I wanted to wear. Then it was with just showing what made me insecure. Then it was like not just showing the parts of myself that didn't make me feel that good. It was also being out there, being in front of other people, reaching. One of the things that I feel happen a lot is that we find our tribe, but our tribe sometimes is people that act like us or hide like us or are insecure like us or are going through some troubles, and you don't push each other. You need to feel and find those people that will inspire you to go for more, to look for more, to dare yourself to do more. And this picture is a picture of me on my underwear in the most busy place in London, Trafalgar Square. You can see the people around me just walking like, what is going on, And I was posing on my underwear, my red underwear, and all my fears were there. All my insecurities were there. Self-love to me is not the lack of insecurities. Self-acceptance, body acceptance is not the lack of insecurities. It's being who you are and showing yourself, even with those insecurities. So this, to tell you a little bit more about this story, it wasn't just me walking around Trafalgar Square in my underwear, because I would have been arrested. I was invited as part of my self-love campaign that I have in Misha Walker Instagram. I was contacted by Cristiana. She was one of the winners of America's Next Top Model, and she has this amazing catwalk called the Real Catwalk, where she looks for people with real bodies, and she pops up in the middle of very busy cities, and she just does these pop-up fashion shows. And she has had them in New York, in Los Angeles, in London, and this was where where this happened. And the group that I found in that fashion show, we have stuck together. There were so many different bodies. There was overweight, there was like trans people, there was people with disabilities, but we all pushed each other to be the best that we could. And I just want to share with you the video. Something magic happened. I opened the show. I don't know how I end up opening the show. It was so nerve-wracking, but here is it. Here is the moment. I want to share it with you. There was media, there was TV channels, there was probably around, I don't know, 1,000 people looking at me walk on my underwear. It was just so one of the things that this gave me was this group where we can support each other. We on the days that we feel so bad or we don't feel secure of ourselves, because we even the person that you will never imagine struggles with her self-confidence. They do struggle with something. And to be in this group and know that I'm not alone, know that if I wake up one day feeling, I don't want to show my belly because today I feel insecure, I'm not alone. And so that's why I said, find your tribe and stick with them. For self-confidence, that's one of the biggest things. And also other things that I do is I celebrate myself every chance I get. If I get up one morning and I feel like a badass and I feel like I can take the world, I will look at myself in the mirror and say, baby, you got this. If another day I get up and I'm in pain because my disability or my condition gives me a lot of pain, I still go like, you got this. You are bigger than your pain. You're bigger than your struggles. And it's okay to stay in bed. It's okay to take power on those struggles as well, because it gives you strength. It makes you stronger. Every single thing that you go through makes you stronger and makes you who you are. I show myself and my insecurities. Here you can see my feet. And before, to me, I used to say like my ugly feet, my not so worthy feet. Every time I took them out, I would say, there come my ugly feet. And now I say my mermaid feet are coming out, because if I put them like this, it looks like a mermaid tail. So I just tell everyone, I told you it was a mermaid. And that tattoo that you see, this is just one of my many stories, is on top of my biggest scar. And to me, it's important to remember that I'm much more than my disability, that I'm much more than the 48 scars I have in my legs. I'm much more than my walk. it's just one of the things about me. You know, I'm also Peruvian. I'm a wife. I'm also a writer. I'm also a sister, a daughter. And that once you take power in these different things and not only focus on your body or your appearance, you remember that, yes, it is important. Taking power of your appearance, of your body confidence is important, but it's not everything. You are much more than what you think about your body. So one of the things that I feel very proud of now is that I have the courage to accept who I was for everything that I was, to embrace fully who I am. And now I can inspire others to do the same. So I travel the world looking for people with my same condition, talking to the parents, talking to the kids, saying, you know, it's okay. It's okay to be different. It's okay to celebrate your differences. It's okay to feel bad about it. It's okay not to accept it. It's okay to be mad at the world for the way the world treats you. But it's also fine to take power on those things. And I feel so blessed to be in this journey. I wouldn't change my body for anything. It's the only body I have. And I need to accept it, because I cannot swap bodies. I cannot go around the world saying like, oh, I like your body, and jumping into the body. I wish I could. I mean, there is some gorgeous people in this world, but you know, I cannot do that. I can learn to, but what I can do is I can learn to accept what I don't like, embrace what I love about myself, and share it with others, share my journey with others. Thank you so much for having me, and I hope I get to meet you all at some time in person. As we travel, we always say like, we're gonna be here. I will love to come and give you a hug and, you know, do this in person at some point. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Misha. And yeah, definitely come visit again. I know last time you visited, you broke your arm right before. So,
yes.
So none of that.
Yes, I did break my arm, and I drove thousands and thousands of miles with one arm.
Yeah, and we all just kind of assumed, oh, Misha's married, her husband's able-bodied, he's gonna drive her around. Nope, she did all of the driving, all thousands of miles.
With one arm.
With one arm.